And welcome back to Portsmouth Tonight. Now, last week was the press launch of Chalkhill Lives. It's Pompey's brand new soap opera.
One of the most extraordinary projects ever taken on by the Prince's Trust. A community TV soap opera.
Chalkhill Lives is the world's first internet soap.
I'd like to watch that. It sounds a fascinating idea.
Go to the internet, look up Chalkhill and download it.
Is that how you do it?
Yeah, first episode. Well, you've got to have a DVD, I think, to put it onto. Or what was the other thing? Oh, you watch it, you have broadband, apparently.
Both of those mean nothing to me.
The establishment is eroding, it's all changing, and the internet is responsible for that. People would rather watch like skateboarding terrapins on YouTube. We're not watching the terrestrial schedule. I choose and watch at my convenience. My name's Steve Surridge. I was the executive producer of Chalkhill Lives, the community produced Portsmouth-based soap opera, which I created, heavily influenced by the Australian soaps. I love life. I think we should celebrate life, and I'm kind of a bit concerned with UK media with that. It's all doom and gloom focused, and I've always kind of rallied against that. In the UK, in UK TV, I think we could be a much more sort of positive nation if television was more optimistic. I think what I did with Chalkhill, making it sort of audience interactive, where the audience could be within the show, I think that is inevitably the future of telly.
I can't believe you, Mum. Have you seen the APR you've signed up to? This will take years to pay off.
I don't know what you mean.
It's hundreds of thousands of pounds. They could take the house, they could take everything. You have signed it all away, everything. Just how stupid are you?
My interest was activated at the age of 5 when I first saw the Star Wars movies, which totally blew me away. And I remember thinking quite from a young age that, wow, if there's a career out there where you can seem to have so much fun and make loads of money, I want to be in that career. I was a kid at school that had all the action figures and the Death Star and the Attack Walker and everything. I was that kid. And I was lucky enough as a uni student to work on Brookside and be up in Brookside Close when Trevor Jordache was under the garden. And that led me to sort of my love of soap opera. Brookside taught me how to make soap. I didn't know if I could pull it off. I basically promoted this concept and got these people on board, and then we started making it. And the first few episodes were very ropey, but it did kind of look like a TV show. I think the only way you can ever learn about filmmaking is to do it yourself. You cannot read books, because so much goes wrong and there's so much compromise, but through that is learning as well. If you work in industry, a big corporation, you're just a silo in the bigger chain of things, a tiny cog in a bigger wheel kind of thing. But when you're doing it yourself, you have to know about every cog, and I educated myself. I ended up training with Hollywood's #1 acting coach called Ivana Chabuk, who taught Brad Pitt and Jim Carrey, amongst others. And her whole approach to acting was that you focus the mind, so you're focusing your thoughts to create emotion, which then becomes the petrol for your performance. And so actors actually don't know what they're going to do in the scene, because the emotion is kind of what's driving them. And once I introduced that to the cast, oh my god, there was a massive shift. The change on the screen was massive. You could suddenly see, and I think that's one thing I learned, that with TV characters, you're reading their thoughts, so to speak. I think in drama they talk about subtext and the drama between the lines. And I think TV viewers can actually read the actors' thoughts, but it's tough. It was, it's hard to do. And also as well, I used those techniques because I trained again with John Truby, who's Hollywood's #1 script doctor as well, by doing Chalkhill. And again, the sort of the rise in quality level with storylining and script writing, once you sort of engage your mind in your own emotion and then start writing.
Selina Sharp.
Mrs. Sharp is unavailable for interview.
We're not interested in the knife incident.
We'd like to talk to her about abandoning the boy in her care, Gavin Harvey.
There's a very real chance that Gavin might never wake up.
We were doing single camera drama, so what you had to do, you had to block the action and then film it from one angle, and then film it again from another angle, film it again from another angle, so it's constantly repeating the drama. We always had to stop filming when that was. It's funny actually, because this is a cul-de-sac and you think, oh, it'd be really quiet, but it's not. It's have to create your own bubble and just focus on what you're doing, because if you actually step back and look and you think what you're doing is bonkers. You know, you're recreating reality about reality, and it was quite a cartoony style that I purposely put on it to aid the kind of optimistic kind of approach, and just to make it look colourful on camera. Since doing Chalkhill, where I studied like sort of the mind with Ivana Chabuk, who was the Hollywood acting coach, that really opened the next stage of my life, and I've become a life coach, teaching positive mental health techniques. And I've also been writing another web-based drama called Scars, which is about students at university and them having to sort of confront who they really are. Watch this space. Chalkhill was the beginning of beginning of a big concept which is not dead.